nothing. We knew nothing. We were told very little about the day, except don't look at the flash.
Can you describe the day that the nuclear bomb was dropped?
And just before the sun comes up, we were marshalled in groups.
I went out on the aircraft carrier, the Warrior, and we was told to face the stern of the ship, the back of the ship.
We were told to cover our eyes with our hands or bury your eyes into the crook of your arm, which we did.
To say it was frightening is an understatement. I think it shocked us all into silence. When the flash hit you, you could see the x-rays of your hands through your closed eyes.
It was just sheer brilliant light. So I've never seen anything like it, never had done.
In the process of hands over your eyes, you saw every bone in your hand.
If I was looking at you now, I would see all your bones. You would see all the blood vessels and everything, and the bones along.
Then the heat hit you, and that was just as if somebody my size had actually caught fire, then walked through me. It was an experience that was absolutely unearthing. It was so strange.
Some of the lads would stand up, but about 30 odd seconds later, you'd get the blast, and the blast would knock you flying.
And there were guys with bruises and broken limbs. We couldn't believe it.
After a while, we were told that we could now stand and look up and watch the mushroom form.
You caught sight of the side of it at 90 degrees. It was that huge. It wasn't there, it wasn't there, it was there. It was practically above you.
All they saw was this rising fireball, a colossal fireball just going up, and thunder, lightning, you name it.
What I noticed was the cloud moving away like that, you know, round and round and round.
I think it was too much for some of them, and some of them would cry and ask for their mum. That was awful.
There was no comprehension that anything like that could even exist. It was immense.
4% Augustine.
It's a sight to see, but never want to see it again.
Yes, I have a noise complaint at building 115.
Alright, Shalom. Call Allah Yahweh Basham, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the man who I learned this truth from, my teachers. Start with and beginning with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and all the men on down respectfully. Yahweh Basham, Yahweh Shai, Barakatham to the hopefully elect, wherever they may be, wherever they may be scattered. So yeah, this video, man, it's pretty crazy. These war vets, pretty much describing an experience that they had, dealing with I guess like a nuke test of some sort. I'm not sure, because this is a video that I've been I've held on for like almost 2 years, for some reason, because I just recently started doing videos this year, so maybe through the spirit, held on to this video for a good while, maybe do a video on it, because like I said, I saw this video, man, and I was always fascinated by it, some pretty crazy stuff, and being that this account, these vets, what they went through, it was some years ago, again, I'm not sure if they were referring to just some random nuke test, or maybe like the atom bombs that were dropped on Hiroshima or Nagasaki. I'm not sure, but nevertheless, All right, clearly, you've seen the video. You know, as these, these guys, they pretty much go into this experience and how it was pretty much a terrifying experience. One that they wish to never go through again. And as you've seen in the video, one of the guys pretty much they go into they mention how they were marshaled. So this is something that they couldn't. Oh, I'm not feeling well today. I don't feel like they this is something they had to do. Something they couldn't get away with. Which on another note, it shows to you how much Esau. They don't even give a damn about their own people. Because let's say something would have happened and let's just say anything could have went wrong. And all those guys, all right, and the majority of these guys, they're 18, 19, 20s, right? They're young, but let's just say something could have happened. Again, for the most part, Esau, they wouldn't have given a damn. But again, just the point of doing this video is to pretty much go into because again, this was technology that was many years ago. This is before many of us was even born. So how much more now with Esau's technology is more advanced? All right, they're weapons of mass destruction, quote unquote, right? Because Esau, in their pride and boastfulness, they brag about weapons that are able to destroy the earth 10 times over and whatnot, which, that's just Esau's pride talk. But nevertheless, they do have these weapons of mass destruction that's pretty much cause, pretty much because these weapons, man, when it comes to these nukes and whatnot, all right, now when you look at this account, all right, this is pretty much one of those bombs. Again, I don't know, I'm not sure if it was a nuke bomb or whatever the case may be, but nevertheless, the effects of just one of these bombs that was dropped, all right, these guys go into how they were pretty much able to see through like an x-ray, not other individuals, but because they were told to pretty much cover their eyes, right? And they could pretty much see like an x-ray. They could see their veins and see their bones and stuff, and pretty much they pretty much see through even though their eyes were closed and whatnot, they could pretty much still see the flash of light, right? Which I'm sure it would have blinded them if they kept their eyes open and whatnot. But again, the point being, what if this was because this is just one bomb, and it's prophesied that America, Babylon the Great, is gonna be hit with 200 million of these nukes, right? So again, just imagine if this was the effect of if this happened just with one bomb, all right. You can imagine, 200 million of these missiles that are gonna make this place a complete lake of fire, as the scriptures talk about. All right, and again, the effects of just one of these bombs, all right, they could feel the intense heat, right? Which the scriptures talk about that, how Yahushua is coming with that fervent heat, right? Before I start rambling on, let me go ahead and get into some precepts. I'm gonna go to Zechariah, the 14th chapter. Just the effect of one of these bombs, man. Now imagine 200 million of them, right? Zechariah 14 and 12. Make sure this is the right priest. Yeah, Zechariah 14 and 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh, now in the ultimate plague, all right, are those ICBM missiles. All right, that's the ultimate plague. Again, eventually, that's going to be the plague to destroy America completely, make this place a complete desolate wasteland. All right, that's why you often hear about because brothers go into the whole topic of dealing with World War III and how the Lord stirring things up and putting it into the minds of these different kings and rulers and whatnot of these nations, getting them ready for that great day. All right, gathering these nations up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. All right, where they're going to be judged for all the atrocities that they've committed against Jerusalem, which is Jacob, the Israelites. All right, Jerusalem is before it's a place. All right. So again, the ultimate plague, all right, is going to be those ICBM missiles. In the height of World War III, when all these missiles are being shot off throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, missiles are going to be shot off everywhere, but America is going to be completely and utterly destroyed. Again, 200 million missiles are going to drop down on this place, right? It says, their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. All right. And again, that's going to be that heat from those nuclear missiles. All right, that intense radiation. All right, the heat that's going to melt elements. All right, you can just go throughout YouTube and watch certain videos of these different test bombs. All right, how they were pretty much incinerating everything within a certain amount of a certain radius, right? Blast radius, right? And again, talking about Hiroshima, Nagasaki. All right, just look at the effects of those I believe it was the Ammonites. The effect that those bombs had on all those individuals. A lot of them that are still alive today, they're still suffering from that radiation, and all types of jacked up. All right, because again, this is the heat that's coming. Yahweh Shem Shai is coming with that fervent heat. And I'll go ahead and get that in 2 Peter's 3, and I'll start on verse 10. It says, but the day of Yahweh Shem Shai will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. And again, on another note, this is why it's important, not to be all too caught up in all these worldly things, because again, always bringing the fact that, Jake might get a brand new home, or a brand new car, whatever the case may be. And, pretty much that's their, it becomes their idol, They're talking about these new iPhones with the 5G iPhones and all that crap. And Jake's going to flock to this folly, but in that day, all these things, they're going to melt. All this stuff is nothing but elements. It's consistent of elements, and it's all going to be destroyed. It's all going to be melted away. All right. So again, this is why we focus on the heavenly things, focus on the things beyond this world. All right. It says, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. And that, again, that's that heat, that radiation that's going to be coming off those ICBM missiles. Heat that's going to, cause people to pretty much cook your insides. All right. You're going to have people's eyeballs, melting out of their sockets, and their tongue's going to be incinerating in their mouths. And it's going to be a painful death. All right. All your internal organs and tissues, it's all going to, slowly incinerate. And, it's going to be a slow, painful death. All right. I forgot what they call it. I forgot what they call it. But when you pretty much, I forgot what it's called. When you pretty much, your body just out of nowhere, it'll catch on fire. I forgot what it's called, man. But nevertheless, and a good scene to watch. Brothers always talk about it. They always mention it. That scene from what is that? Terminator 2, Judgment Day, I believe, where Sarah Connor, she's leaning on the fence, and the nuke drops, and pretty much everyone is gets incinerated. And again, that's what's coming to America, and all those that get left behind, and again, because that's the ultimate plague, the ultimate judgment. And again, that's the fire that Yahweh Shai is coming with. All right. And then that judgment is coming for the 2/3 Jakes as well. Not just Esau, Edom, and the nations. It's coming for the 2/3 wicked Jakes as well. All right, those that take the mark, take that chip. All right. It says the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. Seeing then all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. So again, all these things, man, everything that you see, man, it's going to be burnt up. Precepts to go into how, it's pretty much going to be so bad, man. Because everything's going to be getting destroyed. Cattle, grass, trees, everything's going to be getting jacked up, and it's going to seem like the Lord is pissed off at everything, because everything's going to be dissolved. Everything's going to get burnt up, all right? And I mentioned that, just one of those bombs, imagine 200 million of those bombs. And again, how much more advanced technology is today, all right? What is that? Revelations 9:16. It says, I'll start at verse 15, and it says, and the 4 angels were loosed. Because when you read this, when you read up, it pretty much is going into, like I was mentioning earlier, how the Lord is stirring up the minds of these different kings and rulers to, pretty much preparing them for World War III. All right, getting their minds ready and gathering up the troops. Those troops, going out there, being shipped to the Middle East, the Valley of Jehoshaphat, Yahweh's judgment. All right. It says, and the 4 angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year to slay the 3rd part of men, and ultimately, it's going into Esau, Edom, and America. Eventually, the day is going to come where this place is going to be. Well, let me read on. It says, verse 16, and the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them. All right, and that's again those 200 million missiles. All right, because those missiles, all right, they're a part of Yahweh Shem Shai's army. They're a part of his arsenal. All right, yeah, Esau, Edom created it, but Yahweh Shem Shai gave these people to. He gave them the wisdom to create these weapons that eventually, they created it for their own destruction. All right. So yeah, 200 million missiles. All right. And like I said, just one of those bombs, the great effect that it had. Imagine 200 million of them. All right. This is what's in store for this place. All right.
26 to 30 for my copy.
It's like, yeah. And it's like if you can hear the radio in the background, I'm on the job, but I also want to play this video that I have. Because check this out. See, I just wanted to play the beginning of that. I'll play it again. So you see the power of just, these I'll just say missiles on a much lower scale, right? And I played that because to bring this out in Isaiah 34, And what is that? 4. Isaiah 34:4 says, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their host shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. Now, if you look up figs falling from a fig tree, it makes like a loud thud noise, just like that last video I just played. All right, they're going to be hitting the earth, and causing the earth to shake. All right. And even more so America, all right, because this place is, man, is going to be completely dissolved. And, because the scriptures talk about how, pretty much goes into how, the missiles, and it talks about the talent, the weight of a talent, right? Which, what was that? John, right? He was describing the weight and whatnot. Pretty much is going into how, because again, you can just look up on YouTube, the weight, the size charts and size comparisons of the missiles that they got out there today, right? And again, they're much larger, all right. And again, they're going to be dropping on America like fig trees, like figs that are falling off a fig tree. And that's why I played that video, just to give a little example, because that's on a small level. Now just imagine on a massive scale. It's going to cause, when these missiles hit the earth, they're going to cause the earth to shake. Scripture's going to pretty much how these missiles, man, they're going to pretty much knock the earth out of pretty much out of orbit. They're going to be so powerful. All right. Also, I'm gonna go to Luke. It says that in Luke 21, I think 21 and 27. Luke 21 and 29, it says, and he spake to them a parable. Behold, the fig tree and all the trees, when they now shoot forth, all right, so when those missiles get shot forth out of those silos, all right, when they're shot from their bows, all right, it says, ye see and know of your own selves that summer is now nigh at hand. Yeah, because after that event, and because again, this is going to be a time once those nuclear missiles, in the midst, those nuclear missiles are being shot off. That's when Yahweh Shai is going to show up and deliver the elect. That's going to be the start of a new day. All right, because right now we're in the nighttime. All right, and Esau's ruling, but once Yahweh Shai comes and deliver the elect, it's going to be the start of the daytime. All right. So when the scriptures talk about a new heaven and a new earth, all right, it's not talking about nothing along the lines of the earth being destroyed. The earth is always going to be here. All right. So yeah, once those missiles are shot forth, they're going to be dropping on America like figs falling from a fig tree. You just give that comparison. And again, you look at the figs falling from a fig tree. It's once they fall off the fig tree and they hit the ground, it's like a thud noise. Like a loud thud. You just look that up on YouTube. But let me go here to Second Ezra. Second Ezra 16. Let me start at verse 8. See what that says. It says, the mighty Lord sendeth, 2 Ezra 16:8, the mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? Yeah, because ultimately, like I said, America's about to be hit with a bunch of plagues, man. Plagues that we can't even fathom, all right? An innumerable amount of plagues, but once those missiles are shot off, that's the ultimate plague, the plague, all right? And again, once those missiles are shot out, man, once they're sent from those silos, that's it. They're not coming back. I'll read verse 12. It says, the earth quaketh and the foundations thereof. The sea ariseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled. And the fishes thereof also before the Lord and before the glory of his power. So yeah, because like I said, these missiles, man, they're going to be hitting the earth so hard and powerful, man. And it's going to be causing the earth to quake, the earth to shake, all right? Knocking this earth out of, pretty much, out of orbit, basically. Verse 13, it says, "For strong is the right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world." Yeah, because, the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shah is going to be guiding those missiles, all right? And they're going to hit their intended target. They're not going to be malfunctioning in midair or anything like that, like how they see in the movies, like that movie, what's that movie, X-Men, all right? When, all the missiles that were about to be shot on Cuba, I think it was Cuba, they were, malfunctioning, they had Magneto playing with the, manipulating the metals or whatnot. None of that stuff is going to be taking place. Once those missiles are shot out, all right, the spirit of Yahweh Shemel shot is going to be guiding those missiles, and they're going to be hitting their intended target around the earth, all right, but mainly so here in America, all right, because this place, man, is long overdue for judgment, all right. What was that? Verse 14, it says, "Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth." So you see, again, because once those missiles are shot out, that's it. All right. "The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again." And ultimately, Yahweh Shem Shai is the ultimate. He's the ultimate archer. All right, we'll shoot those missiles out, man, and they ain't coming back. That's it. And good riddance, because again, we're tired of this place. The hell with this place. Good riddance. I think there's one in 2nd Ezra 15. Let me check that real quick. 2nd Ezra 15, 11. Point is in 12, but I read 11. It says, "But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof." All right, and if you know, America is spiritually called Egypt as well as other names. All right, and again, this place is going to be completely destroyed. This place is going to be a wasteland that is never going to be inhabited again. The scriptures go into how this place, America, is going to be nothing dwelling here but pretty much unclean beast. All right, because again, this place is never going to be built back up. All right, it's going to be left as a memorial. All right, and again, good riddance, because this place, man, is long overdue for judgment. Verse 12, it says, "Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague." So you see, it says, "with the plague," all right, and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it, because ultimately those ICBM missiles, that's the plague, that's the ultimate plague. All right. And again, this this plague from Yahweh Shem Shah. Slack. This plague, all right, it's going to be the plague. The ultimate judgment for America. All right. Go to Isaiah 2:20. Isaiah 2:21. And best believe, that's going to be a day. Because again, once that happens, all right, in the midst of World War III, and those missiles are being shut off, and you're going to have your Yahweh Shai show up, right? That's not going to be a day of peaches and cream. All right, scriptures talk about woes unto them, and I'm misquoting, but it says, scripture says, "Woe unto them that pretty much desire that day," because they've been taught in this world that the Lord is going to show up, and it's going to be pretty much hugs and kisses, and no, man, that day's going to be, it's going to be a fearful day. All right. Well, I didn't get it, but it was just I believe it was in the 2nd Ezra 16th, or it was either 16 or 15. All right, when Ezra saw that vision, he said, who's going to deliver me in those days? Because that's going to be a terrible day. That's going to be a frightening day. All right, men's hearts are going to fail them. People are going to be dying of heart attacks. It's going to be a terrible day. It's going to be loud noises and yelling and horns blowing. It's going to be a very fearful day. All right. And, of course, you're going to have the elites, they're going to run into their little bunkers and whatnot. And get this here, Isaiah 2:21, it says, to go into the clefts of the rocks and into the tops of the ragged rocks for fear of Yahweh in the glory of his majesty when he arises to shake terribly the earth. Yeah, and because again, there's gonna be a day you're gonna have the angels show up and getting busy and zapping people and bringing down monuments. It's gonna be a terrible day, man. All right, and again, you're gonna have these elite bankers. All right, they're gonna be running into their little bunkers or whatnot because it's because of fear of Yahweh Shai Shai. All right, scriptures talk about how when Yahweh Shai shows up, he's coming in his majesty, he's coming in his full glory. All right, because before he came as a man, but this time he's coming in his power, the brightness of his coming, as the scriptures say. All right, and again, part of that, is going to be the radiation and the heat and the power that's going to be radiating off those ICBM missiles, and again, ultimately destroying this place. So that was that I've always been fascinated with that video, man. It was a pretty cool, pretty neat video. And also, I'm gonna get this, because like I said, Esau, they create these check this quote out. Not that. This quote here says, humans invented the atom bomb, but no mouse in the world would construct a mousetrap. Which, if you could see the correlation, what it's trying to say, because again, a mouse wouldn't create something that would destroy itself, but again, even more so Esau Edom, all right, they created these weapons of mass destruction, but it's going to be to their own demise. All right, Yahweh Shai gave them the wisdom to create these weapons to destroy him, to bring him down, to take him out. And of course, they don't know that because of their pride, But nevertheless, this is the ultimate judgment that is coming from Yahweh Shai to America, all right, which is Babylon the Great, ICBM missiles, hellfire, fervent heat, all right. And this place is going to be a desolate wasteland, a lake of fire, a memorial, all right. So with that, giving all credit to Yahweh Shai, double honors to my teachers, starting with the apostles and others of great millstone. And Yahweh Shai, Barakatham, to the hopefully elect. Until next time, Shalom.